old do you want to live, pal?
Oh,
I mean, that's not a fair. I don't think it's a question I can ask you without with a straight face because of all the conversations we've had.
Yeah, no, here's the thing. I've been changing my views over the years. I could have told you very honestly, if you asked me, let's say 10 years ago, let's say when we were hanging out at the TEDMed conference in San Diego, how long do you want to live? And I would have honestly said, I'm not doing this because I want to live longer. I'm doing this because I hope future generations will live longer. And I really believe that. I'm now at a point where I've had a lot of fun biohacking my body, measuring things, taking things, getting younger, feeling better, arguably looking better. And I'm just having so much fun doing this. I don't want to stop doing that. I'm not afraid of death. You know, anyone who's seen me drive my Tesla around knows that's true. It's one of the reasons I got autopilot. So, you know, it's not, I'm not personally scared of what's to come, but I am now, I'm hoping that I'll be able to stick around for another 50 years, maybe 100 years, to help push the field forward, to see what happens, to help inspire others as well and train others. And so I'm now more of, you know, I'd love to live to 150 if I could. Before I really didn't think about it.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? I remember when I was in medical school, not far from where you are right now, I watched this television show on long live sea life, and, you know, bowhead whales are living to 200 years and Greenland sharks 400 or 500 years and sea turtles potentially longer. And I remember thinking, you know, if they can live that long, why can't we? And it's either a hardware problem or a software problem, and we're going to solve that. And I see this decade as that time where we're making that we're getting the tools to do that. But then I stop and I think, you know, there appears to be some kind of a existing limit in the 120 time frame that has never been statistic. There's, you know, we haven't seen any examples of, out of billions of people, anybody living longer than that.
Yeah, I got to interject. Yeah, that's
Please.
a bunch of baloney.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
That's ridiculous. That's not even logic to use that argument. You know, it's 1899. Let's look at the statistics of human flight. What are you going to project? It's impossible to fly because it's never been done, right? But this limit to human lifespan, there is no biological limit. Of course there isn't. We are the same stuff as a whale that can live a lot longer than us. We're built of the same stuff as tortoises and pretty much the same stuff as trees that live thousands of years. It's a software problem. I'm putting my career on the line. It's a software problem. And what's interesting about biology is that software encodes the ability to rebuild the hardware. So we got to reset the software. And when we do that in my lab, we find that tissues regenerate in animals. Organoids, which are mini human organs, regenerate. They fix themselves and they function like they're new again. So it's, in my view, 99% a software problem. And that's the good news because you can reboot software pretty easily. We do this all the time in my lab. And what blows my mind in a paper that we published in 2020 was that we discovered that there is a backup copy of the original software in the body that you can access and flip the reset switch and it all comes back to life. And
December 2020 cover issue, I remember it well. It was epic.
It was fun to discover and a shock. And actually that was one of the biggest moments of my life because of my career, because we didn't know if there was a backup copy. It's one of those gifts to humanity that it exists. We don't exactly know how it's encoded, whether it's in a protein or on the DNA or some other thing we haven't thought of yet. But 100% we know that it exists and we can tap into that now.
I love you for that, buddy. Thank you for your passion and your extraordinary work.